Hello everybody, we are live once again at Casa Arena here in Barcelona, Spain, the site of the FINA World Swimming Championships, and sitting next to me is two-time gold medalist here in Barcelona, Cameron Vandenberg from South Africa. Cameron, it's good to see you.
Yeah, you too. How's it going, Jeff?
All right, congratulations, 2 gold medals. You got to be beyond excited about that.
Yeah, no, well, 1 silver and 1 gold. So.
Oh yeah, sorry, 1 silver, 1 gold. You're right. I'm thinking that I'm still holding on to that Olympic gold that you got from last year.
No, I'm feeling very good, I must say. It's been a really troubled year, obviously, with a few injuries and taking so much time off after Olympic Games. So for me to come through in the 100 with the time, I was quite, shall we say, surprised. And the 50, I mean, I think I've always had the speed, so it just comes down to whether or not luck is on your side on the day, and I'm grateful for that I had.
A lot of Olympic champions aren't swimming as fast as they did last year. You know, you're one of the few. You took some time off. I understand it was like almost 6 months.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what do you think was the key for you to be able to continue to swim fast this year?
You know, I think that because the way that I swim is obviously it's more based on the speed, endurance, and I mean, I'm never afraid to go out fast, and I always swim from my heart, if I can put it that way. And as you guys can see, I always try to so we say, leave my biggest swim for the final and just judge it through from heats to semis to final. And at Olympics I was going a little bit faster, I think, through the heats to the semis into the final. And luckily, I think with 100 on the final day, I just had a bit extra that I didn't have to exert in the semi-final. But throughout the year, I think the one thing that I never stopped doing was gymming. I mean, I've got a really great strength and conditioning coach that we do some really good work with, and so just keeping in shape in that. But out of the pool, you know, we were so busy with doing so much media and juggling the whole sponsor commitments and your media appearances. It was really difficult. And when I started training in January, I was actually just so grateful to get back in the pool and sort of quit this, as we call it, like the Hollywood scene, and just get back to doing what I loved. And I think you know, the training as well with Julia, with my training partner, it's we push each other to such extremes in training and whatever we do with our dieting, our fat percentages, our everything, you know, the bench press, the cleans. And I think that maybe that in turn allowed me just to try and hold on to the fitness that I had acquired in the Olympic year.
Yeah, I think that's what a lot of people were saying, that, you know, somebody like Tyler Clary had said that he gained a lot of weight, and you know, he didn't do anything. So you were basically trying to keep fit because you knew that you were going to come back, and you knew actually what you needed to do in order to do well. Is that the case?
Yes, exactly. I mean, I did pick up a bit of weight, I must say. I saw some pictures of myself in December on the beach, and I was looking a little bit fat, but you know, I think you lose it so quickly. But the most important thing is just that strength that you can lose so quickly in the gym, and the touch for the water. So, I mean, I'd be gymming 3 times a week, and I was in the water maybe doing 200 meters twice a week. So, you know, it wasn't training, but I wasn't completely doing nothing at all.
Right. But you look back, and I'm sure you don't regret that time off. I mean, you had a lot of fun, I'm sure.
I mean, you know, I feel so motivated now, I think, than I've ever been actually since after Olympic Games. You know, we all speak about it, post-Olympic depression, and after Olympic Games, I did sit down and I thought to myself, geez, what am I going to do now? You know, and I started training in January, and I didn't quite know what my goals were, what did I really feel like doing, and you know, coming into these championships, I think that winning the silver medal in hindsight was probably the best thing that's ever happened for me, because it's reignited that fire for myself and reignited the training ethic that I want to bring in for the next 3 years. And instead of taking 6 months, I'm doing 6 days off and straight back into it.
Well, you got the Commonwealth Games next year, and you'll be racing Christian Springer, so you definitely got to be on your game, because you know he will be.
Yeah, of course. You know, he's such a great athlete to race and such a great guy. And I mean, we've, shall we say, grown up racing each other for the last couple of years. And you know, I'm, shall we say, so happy for the guy that he's found his, shall we say, his perfect combination with the coach and him that's working really well, and he's swimming fast. And you know, it's so great to see guys swimming fast. And I always believe that, you know, it's always good to share like techniques and your training regimes, and the best guy will always be the best guy. You know, if you put in the hard work, you know, you'll always get the outcome.
That 50 breaststroke, I think everybody was hoping you'd break the world record here in Barcelona. I'm sure you were just like, oh, why do I'm a 10th away? And I imagine that's another thing that's getting you motivated for next year. You get to do the 50.
I mean, it was unfortunate. Unfortunately, actually, after the final, I think maybe I peaked so much that I came down with sickness on the morning of the 50 breast heat. And still riding from the 100, I felt amazing in the morning, just cruising out. I think it was 18 strokes, and the time was so easy, but by the evening I already felt the sickness come on, and when I raced for the finals, it's full-blown congestion. So, you know, if we look at the splits from the 50, the first 50 of the 100, I was out in 11.9, and last night it was only 12.1. So that's that 0.2 that you needed to get the world record. And you know, this time it didn't happen for me, but I'm more grateful for the luck of the touch that I had just to out-touch Sprenger.
And have your friend Julio be on the medal stand. I can tell you guys were extremely emotional up there.
Yeah, it was one of the most amazing experiences for me, you know, and the only way I can compare it would be close to winning an Olympic gold medal. It's so amazing because, you know, there's always that saying that happiness is only truly experienced when it's shared, and for me to be on the top of the podium singing my national anthem with my best friend for 14 years is one of the most amazing experiences that I'll ever have in my career.
I can't imagine it being anything different. Before the World Championships, probably the big news that was coming out was FINA's vote to not allow the multiple dolphin kicks and not allow the underwater cameras. What are your thoughts on those?
Well, I mean, for me, I've always been, shall we say, for underwater cameras, you know, and I think the big confusion came was that I was always speaking about these kind of things that was going on in swimming before Olympic Games, but the only unfortunate thing is when you're coming in 8th place and you speak about something, people don't really take notice. But if you're Olympic champion and you bring it up and you admit to something that everybody's, or shall we say, that is happening in the sport, people do get up and they take notice and things start to get done. And I mean, it's always been my intention to bring that in, and unfortunately it looks like the vote hasn't been successful this time, but you know, speaking to one or two experts, they reckon that hopefully in the next year or two, FINA will be strongholded into using them. So
you think maybe not for 2016, but
well, I'm not sure. You know, I can't name the source, but somebody really high up in FINA has mentioned to me that most probably in the next 1 to 2 years that it should be phased in automatically. So
we'll definitely have to look for that. Before we let you go, have you heard from anybody back in South Africa since last night? I'm sure they were dancing in the streets for those who were able to watch.
Yeah, no, it's I mean, it's been an amazing experience, and I think that, you know, the combination of Chad and Julio and myself and everybody, we're doing such amazing things for South African swimming, and you know, it's one of my bigger dreams, shall we say, to see more African swimmers getting up there and doing well, and I think that this is promoting the sport within South Africa, and it's not. I think a lot of people always say it's a stereotype that, you know, white people will swim and black people will run, but I think it's just a way that you're brought up, the culture that you're brought up within, and if we can install that culture within South Africa that, you know, swimming at grassroots level is where you need to start, I'm sure that we'll have a few Indian and black and white and all kinds of Olympic champions soon from South Africa.
Yeah, I know it's a big problem in Africa getting kids to swim, and I'm sure they're going to continue to be inspired by all the things you guys do.
Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate
it. Well, Cameron, it's good to meet you in person. I know we've Skyped over Skype for many times for our interviews, so congratulations again, and looking forward to all your success in the future.
Thanks a lot. Really appreciate it, man.
All right, so that's going to wrap it up for our live stream here at the Casa Arena. Be sure to join us throughout the rest of the week. Have a nice guest next to me, and for now, I'm Jeff Commings. Thanks for watching.